And we're back. Kevin Trudeau at KTRadioNetwork.com, broadcasting all around the world. The Kevin Trudeau Show. Thanks for joining us. Everything they don't want you to know about. With a great guest today, David Icke, calling in from the UK, the world's foremost authority on kind of the hidden New World Order, the hidden powers behind the scenes. He probably is the most well-integrated, knowledgeable person in this field, author of many, many books. His website is davidicke.com. That's ICKE. If you're a member of the KT Insider email club, you're going to get all of his websites sent to you this week at KTRadioNetwork.com. David, explain to me how, again, all this coordinates and how easy it is for it to happen. And more importantly, what's the real downside? How are the average American or the average guy in the street going to be adversely affected by a one-world currency or one-world government?
Well, the structure they've created is real simple. If people think of a transnational corporation, it has a headquarters and it has subsidiary companies in each country which answer to the headquarters. What this network has created is the equivalent of that, only they're secret societies. You have the headquarters, the center of the web, what I call the spider, at operational level anyway, in Europe, in places like London, Rome, Paris, Berlin, that kind of area of Europe, Western Europe. This is for historical reasons. And I'm not talking about the governments of those countries. I'm talking about the secret society web, the center of it, at operational level. In every country in the world, especially places like America, the ones that really make a difference to global society, they have their subsidiary company equivalent. And that's a network of secret societies and semi-secret organizations and the family bloodlines that sit on top of that. They have the job in each country of controlling and manipulating their country's politics, business, banking, medicine, pharmaceuticals, the major corporations, the military, media at ownership level, etc. And their job is to impose the centrally dictated policy from the spider in Europe on their sphere of influence, their country. And through this process, and this is not made up, as said earlier, in a few years hence. This is decades in the planning at least. And so as I've traveled around the world, I've seen the same things being introduced in the countries around the same time, justified by the same excuses, and often the legislation's been virtually word for word. And this is how it's done. And this spider's web goes into the pharmaceutical industry. It also goes into the World Health Organization. It also goes into the Centers for Disease Control. It also goes into the American Medical Association and the British Medical Association. So through the web, anyone that controls the web, i.e. the spider, can dictate policy in a coordinated way through all these apparently unconnected organizations. So you can have control of the pharmaceutical companies and control of the government organizations that are supposed to regulate the pharmaceutical companies. So the regulators and the companies themselves are working as one unit at the highest level. And so what we're seeing now, Kevin, with this whole swine flu scam, is the World Health Organization fundamentally connected to and working with as one unit the pharmaceutical industry, Baxter International and all these others, who are behind the, first of all, the creation of swine flu and as creating the problem, and then offering the vaccine. And people must do what they choose. But I would say, please don't have the vaccine, because this is something that is a setup to get access to the bodies of enormous numbers of people. And when you have a situation where a patent is applied for before the problem appears, when you have a situation where the vast, overwhelming majority of people that get this swine flu, if it's even diagnosed correctly most of the time, are having very mild symptoms, and yet you have this insane, crazy, breakneck program on an enormous scale of vaccination, then there's something in the vaccine that they want inside us. And I'm going to put a major article on my website tomorrow giving all the background to this, and also videos by other people that are giving the background. It's so important. Don't have the vaccine, or let your kids have the vaccine. You'll regret it forever.
Exactly. Now, where does Russia fall into this? I mean, remember Gorbachev? I mean, he was involved there with the breakup of the Soviet Union. How does Russia play into this whole world thing?
Well, Gorbachev was a front man for the same organization. He was kind of, if you think about it, so I'm thinking aloud, he was very much like Russia's Soviet Union's Obama, because you had all this long line of Russian leaders who constantly looked as if they were just coming back from a funeral. And then suddenly you had Gorbachev come along, smiled, and Margaret Thatcher said, I can do business with him. And he kind of was an Obama-type figure. And what did he do with his smile and his bonhomie? He oversaw the breakup of the Soviet Union. And Obama is in the process of overseeing the breakup of America as we've come to know it, because they want a North American Union and then a whole of the Americas Union. But first of all, a North American Union, which is North America's version of the European Union. And the more that they crash the dollar, the more they crash the American economy. What they're doing is reducing the resistance of American people to allowing that to happen. If they are persuaded it's the only way for everything to be sorted out that they're frightened of and they're experiencing financially, politically, whatever. And another thing that's happening, which is connected to this, by the way, is like in Europe, they're allowing mass immigration around the world, and this is a situation where they use the people who are coming in and they use the people who are already there. The idea is to get as many people from different cultures in different countries to break up the sense of nationhood. That's what it's about. I mean, I think it's great that everyone gets on, comes together and realizes that race and all that stuff is just an illusion and a fault line to divide and rule us. But the idea of what's going on is to break down a sense of nationhood. Because if you have a fierce sense of nationhood, you are going to resist having that sovereignty taken away and absorbed into these superstates that they're planning around the world.
Now, do you think the U.S. is going to be broken up like the Soviet Union? Because I knew Mikhail very, very well when his wife Raisa was still alive. We traveled together throughout Australia for many weeks, spent a lot of time talking through his interpreter. He didn't speak English very well. And I asked him about the breakup of the Soviet Union, and he just smiled and he said, the United States is going to have the same thing happen. And I at the time, and I think it was 99 or 98 when we were chatting about this, it obviously wasn't even a consideration back then. But do you see that occurring?
Oh, yes. That's the plan. They want to break the United States up into regions within a North American and then a whole of the Americas Union. That's the idea. I said earlier they want to bring an end to nation states and break them up into regions. In the European Union, the maps have actually been made up and published in one newspaper in this country, one mainstream newspaper, where they've broken up, for instance, the United Kingdom into regions, not regions that make any sense really, just groups of bits of land within the United Kingdom. And they've grouped these regions together with other regions in mainland Europe and Scandinavia. And these regions of the United Kingdom are not grouped together as one unit we call a nation. One part of the United Kingdom is grouped together with a region of France. Another part of the United Kingdom is grouped together with a region of Scandinavia. And the idea is quite simple. It's to break up any unity of response and resistance to the edifice of power that I've been describing, the world government at the top, the superstates, European Union, American Union, underneath that, African Union, Asia-Pacific Union. Then underneath that, they just want regions where they will have no power, no military, nothing that will allow them to resist the edifice of power above. That's the idea. So America's not going to be any different if we allow it to happen, because that's what they want.
All right, hold on one sec. We're going to take a short break. You're listening to Kevin Trudeau, KTRadioNetwork.com. More with David Icke in just a few moments.